Hi friends, today we're going to go on a virtual hike to a place called the Grand Ravines. This is over by Grand Valley. If you haven't been there before, I would recommend going there. It's really cool and it has a giant suspension bridge. Wow, the leaves on this tree look like it's on fire! Such a beautiful red. Does anybody know why the leaves change different colors and fall off the trees in the fall? Well, normally the leaves make food from the sun, but in the winter we don't see the sun out a lot. It's usually pretty gloomy and gray out, and the tree doesn't have enough sunlight to make food for the leaves, so the tree will actually cut off the water and the nutrients that keep the leaves healthy. They'll stop sharing that with the leaves. So then eventually the leaves start to die and they change different colors, and then they eventually fall off the tree. That way the tree can survive in the winter without having to make a lot of food for the leaves. Look, a woolly bear caterpillar. So these have a reputation for being able to forecast what the winter's going to be like. So if there is a really wide reddish brown marking on it, then that means it's not going to snow that much this winter. But if there's not a lot of that red, then that means that there's supposed to be really big snowstorms and get a lot of snow. Now that's not really true, but it's kind of cool to look at. So these woolly bear caterpillars turn into a tiger moth. So look at this moth and how cool the colors are. These flowers didn't get the message that it's fall now. Look at all these flowers that are still out, even though the weather's starting to get pretty cold. Here we are at a huge suspension bridge. As you walk across this, it's really wobbly when you have a lot of people on there, but it's pretty cool.
Oh, look at that cool bird.
That's amazing, Grandma.
Think trees and plants can get sick like we get sick? Yeah, some plants might have something called a fungus that grows on it, and that causes the leaves to get really sick, or the trunk of the tree. So if you look at these leaves right here, there's all this white spots on it. That's a type of fungus that's hurting the tree. So this plant is a sick plant.
I hope you enjoyed our colorful hike. Now we're going to hike back to Blandford for our creek study.
Alright, it's time for our October creek study at Brandywine Creek. So let's hike down our path and see what the creek's up to today. The last few days we've gotten a lot of rain, so I wonder if that will make our water level go up. Wonder if the water will be really orangey like last time. Alright, here we are. So take a look at what you see as we scan by the creek. I'm noticing that I'm not seeing that orangish water anymore. Oh, it looks like I can see some animal tracks in that mud.
Today it's 10-28. So our first thing we have to do is we have to measure the water depth. So last time it was 9 centimeters deep. So what do you think? Do you think the water depth is going to increase or decrease? Well, let's find out. Alright, so my special helper, Mr. Paul, is going to take our measurement for us. So put it on it right in this spot. We want to get the same spot each time. Alright, let's see what it is.
Alright, what number do you see? Yeah, 8 centimeters. Now let's figure out the water temperature.
All right, so we're gonna put it in the water. We don't want it to touch the ground. Just sit in the water for a minute. And we have 2 different thermometers to make sure we have a nice accurate reading. All right, pull it up. What do you think that thermometer says? So here's 50 degrees, here's 40 degrees. So it is about 44 degrees Fahrenheit. So last time it was 62. So think, how much colder is it? So we're at 44 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, so let's see what the air temperature is at. So it's right below 50. What would it be if it's on this line right below 50? Yeah, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's look at the water temperature and the air temperature. So look and see what you notice about these numbers.
Now we need to measure how fast the water's flowing. Now this one's kind of a hard one to test. So the numbers we get might not always be exactly correct. This one's kind of a tricky one. So let's see how fast the water is flowing today.
We have to put it in the same spot we did last time and see how long it takes. All right, so this time it traveled 122 centimeters in 6 seconds. So think, was the water flowing faster or slower?